What's up, boss? You believe that? Hold on. Do you believe that? Please. Doubt y'all and they ain't gonna be personal. You think they say y'all and they gonna get personal?
Y'all were in such a bad mood. Y'all had your panties in a wad just a couple days ago. Gunnar White hired, man. This program's a joke. This program's going nowhere. What's going on? Oh man, oh no. Man, Robert Livingston extended, sticking around. We got freaking Marshall Faulk. Finally, that thing's official, announced last night. Are you kidding me? Running backs coach? We got a guy that's going to teach our running backs how to run a Texas route. This is amazing. And, guys, we added a third coach to the offensive line staff. Andre Gurode, former Buff, Dallas Cowboy. How about that? You don't think he's joining this staff if he doesn't have belief in Gunnar White? Can we just finally accept? Again, he wasn't the guy that I was pegging for the job, but can we just accept the fact that he's qualified to do this job and Coach Prime is wanting to take his shot with him, regardless of how you feel about it? It's not because we hired Gunnar White because we got no money. All right? We got money. We're not broke no more. We are not broke anymore. I love it, guys. So y'all smash that like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Join the chat. But before we get started, just wanted to say, guys, I woke up to a notification from my YouTube app today that said, happy 2-year birthday to David Talks Buffs. Man, I can't believe this, man. Been doing this for 2 years now, getting up here with my Ralphie horns and whatnot. Guys, thank you so much. You guys are what make this thing so much fun, even if we might drive each other crazy at certain points. But this is fantastic, guys. CU's got the money. We're not a poverty program no more. We can afford to keep people around. We can afford to hire a big staff. And I love it. You think Marshall Faulk just coming here as like a charity case? That's not true, man. That's not true. No doubt about it. So let's go ahead and get to the news. I'll get to some of your comments here in just a bit. But let's start off with, this stuff right here. Courtesy to Brian Howell right here, coming out with it. Colorado and head coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, have signed defensive coordinator Robert Livingston to a 2-year deal that will pay him $1.5 million this year and $1.6 million in 2026. It makes him one of the highest paid assistants in the Big 12 and the highest paid in CU history. That's right. I love it. This makes me so happy. Congratulations to Robert Livingston. $3.1 million extension. Guy, that's what I'm talking about. You come here, you get paid. And just remember, guys, it was at this point last year where all these casuals, all these people that had just never heard of Robert Livingston before, they're all freaking out saying, man, he just gave the job to the first dude that wanted it, whatnot. No, you got to remember to just keep an open mind about this thing. Not every hire is amazing, but Robert Livingston is the case study to point to say, you know what? Even if you guys don't know this guy, look at his track record. Coach Prime's just not hiring schmucks. That's just not the case. Robert Livingston deserves this so much. And again, I'm just so happy because you're either incredibly rich or you're a poverty program that can't afford anybody. We're somewhere in between, but we're getting more towards that blue blood type of budget, baby. But it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of winning, but we're getting there. This is great for continuity. Hey, how about continuity, y'all? Don't you like the staff to stick around? Okay. I think that this is a beautiful thing. We'll see what happens now with a Pat Shurmur extension. I said that just to trigger you guys because I know you guys would lose it, but I think this bodes well for Robert Livingston sticking around because also, he ain't signing this extension without Coach Prime signing his, right? Without signing his. It's got to happen here at some point, right? Absolutely love it. Now, Robert Livingston. That's the big headline right here, okay? But one of the greatest to ever play. Welcome, new running backs coach Marshall Faulk to Colorado. And again, I don't think Marshall Faulk has like any coaching experience. Okay. I don't care. I love this. I love this so much. I think he'll be able to teach our running backs how to run routes. I think he'll teach them how to juke guys out of their socks. I'm expecting an improvement from our running back group, and it makes sense of why we haven't seen any of our running backs jump in the portal, even though, yeah, we were one of the worst rushing teams in all Power 4 football this past year, right? So I think it does, say something that, and there's belief. We haven't had any of these running backs jump in the portal. They want to be coached by Marshall Faulk. Heck, I want to be coached by Marshall Faulk. He adds another gold jacket to this incredible staff filled with a ton of NFL players and coaches as well. Third one, Deion Sanders, Warren Sapp, and now Marshall Faulk. I think he's going to be fantastic. And guys, again, don't get mistaken. Guys like Marshall Faulk ain't coming here as a charity case. They're not doing this to meet community service metrics or anything like that. No, they're coming here to get paid and to do a job. And Coach Prime, Colorado, Rick George, they're up in the money. We ain't broke no more. I love this hire. And, again, want to thank Coach Flea for everything over the past 2 years. Again, never going to hate like Bill O'Boyle, unless you're just calling the guys weak, right? But it was just very clear. We needed to mix up the energy there at the running back, in the running back room. And I'm expecting an improvement from our backs. I mean, we got Marshall Faulk coaching the backs. We now got, let me pull this up, Andre Gurode, also coming on staff, guys, former Buff, Dallas Cowboy. He'll be working with, let's see here. Oh, yeah, this is really cool from Scobus. I didn't even see this, Matt. Credit to Matt H for putting this out here. This is really cool. New Buffalo's assistant offensive line coach, Andre Gurode. Yeah, he will be working with Gunnar White as the head offensive line coach, and then George Hegamin, who is also another offensive line assistant. He was the head coach for this year's Army All-American Bowl. Girode's team beat Emmitt Smith's team 41-27. Hey, how about that? That's very, very exciting. And if you were wondering, hey, what has he been doing prior to this? I believe he's been working actually here in San Antonio, where I'm at right now. I think he's been working with the San Antonio Brahmas, Wade Phillips, all that as their offensive line coach last year. And then was with, I can see here, the Houston Roughnecks in the UFL in 2023. So as a player, guys, played a ton of years in the NFL, played from 2002 to 2013 in the NFL, played, let's see, like 8 seasons for the Dallas Cowboys, 1 for the Ravens, then Bears and Raiders. So just a ton of experience. And of course, played for Colorado when they were kind of last in their last era of being really, really good. 1998 through 2001. That was a great time to be a Buffs fan. And so, man, I'm pumped about this. And I love the fact, okay, we got Gunnar White coming in here. He's going to get the shot to lead the offensive line group from the coaching staff position. Seems like everybody internally has a lot of belief in him, regardless of what we know or don't know about him. The fact that I had to go to his LinkedIn page to learn who he was, right? That doesn't matter. The building believes in him. The program believes in him. And I think it really says something that you got guys like Andre Gurode and George Hegamin also signing up to say, yeah, I'm going to be an assistant offensive line coach under him as well. Now, are there going to be some things I'm sure that they're going to be able to help Gunnar White with? Yes, as assistants. But guys, I just want to get this out of there right now. It's not like this guy's going to be like an intern type of thing, and these guys are just doing everything behind the scenes, really doing the job. I hated that kind of narrative with Coach Hart. Didn't think it was fair, right? George Hilo, they moved him off to edges. We'll see how Coach Hart does this year. But do not let these hires take away from the fact that Gunnar White has been absolutely grinding for like the past 8 years. He's been hitting the recruiting trail very hard. Go to his Twitter page. You can see all the offers that he's been a part of. One of the hardest working recruiters right now, I think, that we have on the staff. And so now it's put up or shut up time, right? He is going to be judged for the play and the recruiting at the offensive line position, for better or for worse. I got hope that it's for better. That's my hope. So we'll have to see how this goes, guys. But man, I love it, man. We're not broke no more. We got Robert Livingston here for 2 more years. $3.1 million extension. We got Marshall Faulk here working with the running backs. Now, I have no idea how long his deal is yet or how much it's for. We'll find out here soon. And yeah, and then Andre Gurode, we'll find out as well. But I absolutely love this. And again, I think when you look at who ended up being kind of the finalists for that offensive line coach position, you had Andre Gurode, you had Gunnar White, and you had Matt McChesney. All those guys, none of them kind of fit that background of having what I was hoping for, like either a Mike Munchak, somebody that's done in the NFL at the offensive line coach for a long time, right? Or somebody who's been a Power 4 head offensive line coach for a long time as well. None of those guys brought that background. They all are qualified in different ways, but I love to see the fact that we got 2 of them. We got Andre Gurode coming on staff, as well as, Gunnar White being promoted. I think that that's really, really exciting. Bummed. I'm a little bummed, that there's not a role for Matt McChesney, but it is what it is. I think we got a really good mix right now. 3 guys, Gunnar White, George Hegamin, and Andre Gurode. Let's see what they can do. And I'm hoping that we continue to have a really good relationship with 6-0 Academy and Matt McChesney, because, again, he's training a lot of guys that I think are but they go on to have a lot of success throughout college football. So, but yeah, like, I'm pumped about these hires. I think they're going to be great. I can't wait to see what Marshall Faulk is going to do with somebody like Isaiah Augustive, or, hey, once Brandon Hood is finally unleashed, right? So I think it's really, really exciting stuff, man. Yeah, see, Jeanette Fox coming in here saying, yeah, we know who Gunnar White is. He will be great for the O-line. O-line coaches work as a team, just as the D-line coaches. And that's right. Of course, Warren Sapp was the bigger name, but don't forget, Damian Lewis was the guy kind of leading that room to start with, and him and Warren Sapp have done just a great job. Oh, man. All right. Well, I'll get to some of your comments here just a minute. But yeah, guys, again, today's the 2-year birthday of my channel. Just thank you so much. If you go back and watch those first videos, man, I was like, we're going to go win the Pac-12. We're going to be winning awards. Now, we were, a year late with that, but man, all this stuff has just been a lot of fun. Thanks for supporting the channel. None of this happens without you guys. 2-year birthday. How about that? So, anyways, yeah, man, this is so funny, man. Again, the thing with college football fans is that there's death, taxes, and guys just being pissed at any move a college football team just decides to make when it comes to a hire that they've never heard of, right? That's just what it is. Man, people in a bad mood. Shirley Kimball, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Joe Kidd coming in here saying Coach Prime strikes again. Yeah, this is exciting stuff. And again, I do feel like we're going to see a Coach Prime extension happen. Ryan Day got his extension. Congratulations to him. I think he's making over $12 million a year. Most of that guaranteed, from what I understand. Great stuff. And Coach Prime, it's my expectation and my hope for him that he's elevated to making more money than Dan Lanning. He's in there into the $10 million a year range and one of the highest paid coaches in college football. Again, I think we can't afford it. We just got to figure out how to make the money work, right? D nice in regards to Robert Livingston. Well deserved. Now that we have him for the next 2 seasons, let's win back-to-back Big 12 chips along with a couple playoff bursts. Yes. And man, this is just so crucial to have Robert Livingston here because yeah, you're gonna see guys. It's always helpful not having guys having to learn a new system every offseason, right? And having continuity is what also allows guys to develop when they're able to develop within a system, become experts of those systems, not having to, yeah, just learn it again every single year, find a new role on offense or defense. Having continuity at those coordinator positions is crucial. And I know Pat Shermer doesn't give you the best upside, but let's see what happens this year. Again, after we got guys that have been working with him now going on their second off season, I think we're going to see more development. And again, just shout out again to some of the other guys bringing NFL experience over here. Don't forget wide receivers coach Jason Phillips has coached in the NFL, CFL for quite a while, was a wide receiver out there. Of course, you guys are familiar with Pat Shermer, but I love to see it. It's very, very exciting. Don't give a damn. Come out here. I will give a damn about this opinion. So see you finally spending the money. That's right. We're raising the money. We're getting there. Baby steps. There's levels to this, as people say. Oh, saying, man, what a huge pickup. It's insane. If I'm a running back, I'm going to see you simply for the coach for me. Man, I love it. Hey, I mean, it's exciting stuff, guys. Now, for you youngins that maybe weren't around or alive for the greatest show on turf, get to YouTube right now, man. Well, I guess you're already on YouTube watching this. Well, after I'm done with this, you got to get to the search bar, type in Marshall Faulk highlights, man. Now, sightseeing, man, this is a great point, man. What are the haters gonna do now? Enjoy a head coach that pays his employees before he pays himself. Just wow. That's the comment right there. That's the comment right there. Yeah. Yeah. What are the Coach Prime haters gonna say about this one now? Huh? Marshall Fox contract should be around 500K. I don't know what the going rate is, but the man deserves a lot of money just because he's Marshall Faulk. Yeah, it took months to get that DC. Yeah, man, people were wilding out, man. People were freaking out. But again, like no coach ever hires, makes amazing hires 100% of the time. But if you can get a coach that's hiring more often, hits than misses, that's great. And I think Coach Prime falls into that. Great hire with Coach Falk. Any guess on the run pass ratio for this year? Like 45 to 55? I think it's probably going to be kind of within that range of 60-40 or closer to 50-50, kind of somewhere within that range. Yeah. I mean, Caden Salter, man, he's going to be a lot of fun to watch in this offense. And yeah, again, if y'all haven't watched Caden Salter, go look up some highlights and stuff of him on YouTube, or I guess you can watch a couple of my film rooms I put out on him. Again, I think you guys are able to out yourselves pretty quickly on, if you guys are clamoring that this guy's, worse than Julian Lewis, give me a break. Give me a break. Maybe here in 2 years right now, yeah, Julian Lewis, definitely the better quarterback, right? But I'm not one to throw out a 16-year-old, 17-year-old guy behind a work in progress offensive line right now. No, 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 no. Allow him to get his body up to that college level. Did Matt McChesney get a coaching staff spot? No, he did not. Stevie Davies saying or he got a consultation role, something like that. That way he can keep his, his training staff or his training services still going. So, yeah, man. Man, I love this stuff. Now that Marshall Faulk's the running backs coach, the running back will be coming from the spring portal. Okay. Interesting. Hey, I wouldn't mind it. I've been on this channel now for a few months saying that I would love for us to add a running back with some more elusiveness or some juice. I think that would be really cool. And again, kind of one of my issues with Coach Flea. Again, this is all just speculation, but kind of how I read the room. I know you got Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter, right? But to me, I just always like, can you imagine Marshall Faulk just letting a 80-20 pass run ratio happen under his watch? Like, you don't think he's going to speak up about that or pound the table for his guys to get the rock? Just don't see that happening. Think you're going to get the running backs more featured in this offense. And again, Caden Salter is going to help out a ton with that because he's also a running threat. All right, let me bring up this bookmark that I had because this goes to talk about the offensive line a little bit as well. Where the frick is this? Okay. Yeah, shout out to shaking my head or whatever. You hating, whatever his name is. He's always tagging me and stuff. So thank you so much. But check this out. Offensive line continuity this year in 2024. Again, big fan of Coach Woldholt, but I think that this was something that you could, you could not be too thrilled about, right? Look at when it comes to our continuity at the different positions outside of Jordan Seaton at left tackle. I mean, everything else is in the red. We had a lot of shuffling on the line. Now, some of that had to do with rotating the guards. Yeah, totally. But if we can start getting some of this more into the blue, it would not surprise me if we see just better pass blocking and better run blocking, like altogether. Shout out to Parker Fleming, Stats War for putting this out. But I thought that this was incredibly interesting. The other team that probably had the least amount of continuity looks like either BYU or Arizona. BYU was, I feel like, much better than us, but Arizona, man, they look bad. They look very bad. So yeah, this is going to be something that I'm hoping Gunnar White and company can get under wraps, is just having a good group of guys that they can trust, that they can throw out there every single week. And these guys know what to expect. Not shuffling the starting lineup every, a couple of weeks or so. That was really interesting. After Matt's rant the other day, man, he needs to be he doesn't need to be working at CU, man. Again, here's the thing with Matt. He's he's gonna give it to you how he feels. He's gonna be unashamedly honest with how he feels about things. That can be for better or for worse sometimes, depending on the situation. I still would love Matt on here, but again, I can understand some of the criticisms of why there were some people that didn't want him on staff. But man, I think having him on as a consultant would be phenomenal. And I just think, like, you can't hurt with a guy that loves his university the way that he does. But man, I understand, man, how some people would not like him talking about the whole hiring process on air like that. I can understand why people didn't like that. Andre Gurode went to 5 Pro Bowls. Goodness. Second round pick. Okay. Out of Colorado in the 2002 draft. And don't forget, first team All Pro in 2007 with the Dallas Cowboys and second team All Pro in 2009. I believe he started mainly was he a center? Let me see here. Yeah. Yeah, center guard, mainly center. So, yeah, and he made a lot of money. He made a lot of money, tens of millions of dollars. So, I love this, man. I love it. Yeah, see, I love this, Rudy. Matt says he's looking forward to consulting, so I bet he'll have some kind of side quest with CEU. I love it. I love it. And I like thinking about it, he might have had to sell his business if he was going to come on here as like a full-time staff member as well. So that's just something else to or like not maybe not sell it, but probably couldn't be involved in the day to day, probably at certain levels. So this might just be kind of the best medium common ground for everybody. I think where everybody wins. Again, I feel like Matt McChesney is such a big recruiting resource for the program in the state of Colorado with just offensive and defensive linemen in general. So yeah, if he can continue to lean into that more with CU, I think that's great. Yeah, Fox going to get these running backs right. Lady C, congratulations. David Talks Buffs. Hey, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun doing this channel. No doubt about it. And yeah, man, we ain't broke no more. We ain't broke no more. What's Peter going to say now? What are the Nebraska Cornhusker fans going to say now? I have no idea, man. We're right up there. We're right up there. Well, we're not totally there, but we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Had to put the Ralphie horns on for this one. Just so exciting, man. Today, dude, and normally you see this kind of news drop not at the end of the week, man. What's going on? What's going on? Hey, might we just expect some more big prime news this weekend? Wouldn't that be nice? How about we overshadow the Super Bowl? Is that even possible? Probably not. But if there's one guy who can overshadow the Super Bowl, right, it's Coach Prime and our Colorado Buffaloes. Maybe we announce that extension for Coach Prime after all of his guys get paid this weekend. I mean, that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, it's strange to kind of see all this news come out on like Thursday evening, Friday. That's normally, news you drop like if you're hiring a Brian Schottenheimer to be your head coach. CSM saying, I've never felt jealousy towards the Buffs until now. The running back room have my football idol as their coach. Well, that is incredibly exciting. And again, when you got Marshall Faulk as your running backs coach, you don't think they're going to be getting those guys the ball this year? Come on now. Come on now. And that's what we need. That's what we need. A solid running game. Everything's predicated on the run game. And I think if we can run successfully, you're just going to see the offensive line continue to improve throughout the year, man. I think it's great. And I agree. See, you'll take care of Coach Prime. Glad that Coach Rob has his extension. I think Shermer will be extended as well. And Jeanette, again, I've come a full 180 on this from over a year ago. I would be excited about that too. I would be perfectly happy with the Coach Shermer extension. Just keep the whole continuity here for a while, and let's see like how it shakes out. But I understand maybe Robert Livingston gives you a little bit more upside in terms of just where the defense can go than maybe compared to somebody like Pat Shermer. But yeah, I understand that. Larry saying, although I don't agree with how Matt acts, I believe his nastiness would help the guys become tougher and more aggressive. A consultant role would be great, as he might not be ready for a head offensive line coach. Yes, and that was like one of the reasons that I really wanted to see him on staff is because we kind of need some of that nasty attitude. Yeah, again, I still don't. I think we saw more of it this year, but still not enough to where I think any of us are satisfied, right, with where the offensive line is playing from like an aggressiveness mentality standpoint. Right now, the defensive line, you can tell those guys are coached by Damian Lewis and Warren Sapp. All right. Man, we're definitely must see TV. Hey, and how about us opening up as 4.5 point dogs at home to Georgia Tech? If that doesn't light a fire under you, I don't know what does. What's the next position that will have a Hall of Fame hire? Do we have any? Can we get a special teams coach with a Hall of Fame resume, please? I don't know. Do we need any more? I guess the whole staff is filled out. Now, could we bring in another assistant coach? I mean, I would still love to see Ed Reed here. I don't. What is Ed Reed even up to since that whole thing with Bethune Cookman fell through? What's going on, Northside? Hey, slap that like for the channel's birthday, and just to celebrate that we ain't broke no more. We are no longer college football poverty. I mean, we've known that, but now it's like a whole nother level. Now we're keeping people. So you can't just say, man, Coach Woldholt left for the money, right? He left because he signed a 1-year contract, and I think, reading the tea leaves a little bit, I just feel like maybe it was more of a mutual thing than we anticipated. Brian Johnson saying, I'm not a big Shermer fan, but the offense was the same for Shedeur since high school, so let's not put all the blame on the offensive coordinator. Coach Prime did what he wanted to do, showcase 2-12, and that's factual. I agree. Now, what I don't agree with is calling that daddy ball. Like, I'm just not going to call it daddy ball. But I do think you're going to see Pat Shermer cook a little bit more this year, and neither quarterback, whether you believe it's going to be Julian Lewis or Kane Salter, neither of them are going to have the autonomy in the offense the way that Shedeur did. He ain't going to be checking into pass plays when you can literally run out the clock. Yeah, man. I love this. I absolutely love this. I'm pumped about it, guys. What a great way to start a Friday. Marshall Faulk's great, man. It's so surreal to me that we're gonna see him in the black and gold coaching these guys all throughout spring ball on the sidelines in Folsom this fall. Wow. David, where is my monetization button? I don't know what that means. Or like super chats? Is my super chats gone? Let me see here. But I think there is like a super chat or like a gift button, all that sorts of stuff. Let's see here. Supers and gifts. No, all that stuff's on. I got gifts, I got super chats, I got super stickers, I got a little $5 thing a month that you guys can send. So it's on there somewhere. Hit the little money sign in the chat. Or again, I think there's a little membership on my channel page that it's like $5 a month, really helps support what I'm doing here, helps me order some things. All of that, it's just always a lot of fun. Dude, Devin Hester, that would be a lot of fun, man. Imagine our return game with Devin Hester, man. Imagine him going out finding the best athletes to return kicks and punts. I mean, that would be really, really fun. And I know that he is sure as heck smart enough to make sure that he's always got multiple kickers that can boot that thing through the end zone. We need an assistant cornerback coach and safety coach. So, I mean, sure. I know that, like, Robert Livingston, right? He works with the safeties. This thing gets so tight sometimes. Pause. Let's see how I can get it on here. Yeah, there we go. But I know with Robert Livingston, I think he works kind of directly more so with the safeties. But yeah, outside of Kevin Mathis, who do we have? I'm not totally sure. So yeah, I mean that would be cool. That'd be cool to bring somebody in to work more with the secondary. And Ed Reed's coaching high school football. Well, he's going to do a fantastic job. Bro, what? Who's Andre Gurode? Oh man. Okay, former Buff. Played like what 13 years in the NFL, something like that. Dallas Cowboys, mainly, multiple time all pro. But yeah, CU Buff from 98 to 2001, interior offensive lineman. I mean, he's coaching the San Antonio Brahmas most recently on their offensive line. So man, I think he's a great addition. Now, I don't think he was there with Hegamin on the Cowboys. I think Hegamin was probably gone by then, but nonetheless, it's cool to see multiple Dallas Cowboys and a former Buff, on the squad. I think it's great. 5 Pro Bowls. Thanks to the person in the chat who put that in there. Man, Jameis Winston for Team Chaplain. That would be amazing. Our special teams players need to learn how to block and just not trip over themselves. I mean, how often do we see that? Hey, thank you so much, Gus. Really, really do appreciate it, man. This channel's a lot of fun, man. I appreciate you guys just being with me this whole time, man. I never thought this thing would become as big as it has. And yeah, again, it's just a lot of fun. I enjoyed putting this together. I enjoy giving my takes, and I enjoy conversing with you guys about all this. What do you think about Matt McChesney going full ape on the offensive line? I, it's hard for me to describe, but Matt McChesney, he's just Matt McChesney. Nothing totally surprises me. Nothing really surprises me with that. You could just tell he's somebody who wears his heart on his sleeve, and I think that benefits CU a lot. But how do I put this, man? Again, it's just he's somebody that's always going to give you how he feels about things, for better or for worse. So why would it be any different with that? That's just kind of how I see it, man. It's all really interesting stuff. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to get out of here. Really do appreciate you guys. Of course, 2 years doing this thing. Marshall Faulk as running backs coach. We got Andre Gurode on the offensive line staff, and Robert Livingston. $3.1 million going to his bank account over the next couple of years. Of course, make sure you withhold for taxes, but it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And guys, we're going to run the damn ball with Marshall Faulk. We're not checking out a run plays with Marshall Faulk as our running backs coach. No, we're going to have somebody that's going to be pounding the table to make sure running backs are involved. And we're going to see our running backs utilized in a special way more than what they have been over the past couple of years. I can't wait to see what happens. Shall we add another running back in the spring portal? Yes, please, God. Let's continue to raise the floor of this room. Let's continue to get better and better, guys. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Go Buffs.